It's hard to believe that it has been over 20 years since I started my collection of vintage or antique Aynsley teacups, specifically in the color turquoise. I can't wait to tell you all about how I started collecting these, what my first one was, what my favorite one was, maybe even which ones I'm not super fond of, if there is any. We're going to look at each one and you can just peruse my collection as if you were right here in my dining room with me. The last time I did this, it has been a while, and I know I have added some to them, and I can't wait to share that with you. So grab yourself a cup of tea or a coffee, no judging over here, and let's dive in. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Jan. I run the channel Tea with Jan, and I'm so excited to have you here. Please join me for a cup of tea. Let's open them. So come on, let's take a look. Maybe we should start with the one that started it all off. I was in my early 20s and I was looking through an antique shop and I saw all these beautiful teacups, all these different colors, and they were just so special. And there was this one. There was also a different shape and a yellow one in a different company, and there were all these different ones, and I couldn't decide. I was just in love with them all. And the antique dealer so kindly came up to me and asked if I had started collecting teacups, and I said no, but I really want one and I love them all. And he said, if I can give you one small piece of advice, and I said yes, always open for free advice. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna take it, but have at it, let me hear it. So his advice was, because sometimes collections can get out of hand, especially if you're super passionate about it, and he said sometimes, you know, the hunt, the looking for something special is part of it as well. And he suggested that I pick one that I love out of what he had there. And then he said, go with that maker and that color, or you could do, there was one with like birds there. So he was like, you could do birds, or there was one with flowers. And he was like, you could do flowers or very specific flowers. So he's like, the more specific you make it, the more special your collection could be. And I say could be, I added that in because I think everybody's, what they like and what is special is of course different to them. So this one here was what I ended up walking out with. I absolutely adore the color turquoise, and I really loved this shape. This is called a corset shape, and inside it's all pretty and gold, and it is just really beautiful. I think you're gonna have to come closer from now on because I really want you to be able to see these teacups up close. So come a little closer. Right from the top row, and we'll just go through them. So we have this here beautiful one. I will tell you if there's any stories about them or anything, but this will give you an idea of all the different Aynsleys that are out there and what they look like, what my collection looks like. Beautiful. I love this one. This is a repeating pattern that we've seen in other ones that you'll see as well. So beautiful. You can see that wheat. I know I got a couple from my friend Nazanin from Tea Thoughts, and I can't remember if this is one of them or not. My apologies. But so fun. I love how different they are, but how similar they are at the same time. This one for sure, Nazanin sent me. So beautiful. Such a pretty shape. And then on the inside, and this one actually has a really big handle. This one has some lovely flowers on the inside. Nice shape. Handle goes up. This is a favorite of mine. I got this with a bunch of other of the rose ones at the same time. Got a really good bargain on these ones. Yeah, I really just lucked in. They were sold on Facebook Marketplace at a spectacular deal. This was years and years ago. I'm gonna say 10 years ago. but it's gorgeous. I had to drive about an hour to get it. Little blue flowers, so pretty. A lovely shape. Here is another one of the rose ones that I got. So pretty. Roses on both sides. And then just the band and the white. Such a pretty shape. And then the plate, the saucer, it looks like it's like florals and flowers. I really love that one. This is another one where the saucer kind of has that flowery look as well. And then there's ridges on the outside of this. So pretty. And I really like this one. It's like a, you can see the flower there. It's like a gray with just little pops and hints of the turquoise. I think that's so beautiful. This is one of those ones, it might not be my favorite in one way, and in another way I really like it. The saucer is super fun and unique, as is the cup decorative on the outside, and then it's square. See how that's square? Neat, right? But then it has like these weird fall flowers, which I don't really think are the best suiting for the turquoise. Like it even has blue in there, if you can see in there. But it's still pretty. The handle on this is gorgeous. Like I said, I love the square shape. I just don't know about those fall flowers. Such a pretty one though, with the spring flowers. Still, there's a little blue there, but I don't mind this one at all. I really enjoy this one. It's very beautiful. Has like little edging, just really pretty, right? I love the corset shape. It's one of my favorite shapes. This one has little leaves all over it. And then it's just plain on the inside. Has a beautiful little handle. I love the corsets. They're absolutely one of my favorite. Gorgeous. Now this one looks quite similar to the one that we just looked at. You can see the patterns look the same, but you can see the shape of the cups are different, right? You have the corset here, and then you have, what is that called? It's kind of like a bubbly one, but you can see how they're different. So yeah, so really pretty, very unique. I like this one, holds a little bit more tea. Very pretty. Okay, the next row, so there's actually 4 rows. The next row is all corsets, because it is one of my favorites. This one here, really pretty little corset, very simple, nice on the outside and everything. And it has that pattern. Remember we saw that pattern before in this one. So again, different cup shape, but the same type of pattern. I think that's just so beautiful. Then of course we have this one, which is my first one. Give you a little bit of a closer look. You might be able to see why I fell in love with it so much. All those little leaves in there, so pretty. Just such a pretty cup. And yes, I do drink out of my teacups. Funny story, I had an online friend that came over for the first time. I got to meet her and her family, and unfortunately I had paralyzing anxiety to the point where I couldn't even think to be like, hey, we should be having a cup of tea. She even looked at my collection, and yeah, I don't know why. But this is beautiful as well. A nice corset again, a little bit of the trim on the inside. So I think it's important to remember that, you know, sometimes when we meet people, it is difficult on some people. And just because you didn't do something or didn't say something doesn't mean that you didn't want to. Sometimes just things are hard. I love this one. So pretty with all the gold all over it. Just, it's really like pow out there. Going into the roses again. So this one is actually kind of unique too. This is one of the ones that I just adore. It has the rose on the inside, but then it's just all turquoise on the outside, has a beautiful handle. Of course, that corset shape that we love, but on the bottom, if you've been around for a bit, you know that I've talked about this before. Let me give you a little bit close up look. It says Burke's, Halifax, Nova Scotia. And I am from Nova Scotia. Halifax is our city, and I just love that that is there. So, funny thing about this one is that I don't typically have duplicates, but I do have duplicates of this one. It is one of the only ones that I actually have duplicates of, and they both say Burke's, Nova Scotia on the base. They're just so beautiful. I had a friend online that told me that because a lot of times if I'm not feeling well and my hands are a little wonky, I'll end up using one of these ones because I'm like, I have a spare. And I can't even remember, I won't be able to say how my friend told me that it's like my wonky day mug or my wonky day teacup. I can't remember. It was very cute when she said it. That was Jackie, so sweet. Okay, so this one here, little starbursts all over it. Let me see if I can give you a better look at that. So pretty, right? Just like a nice repeating pattern. This one is not in the best condition. We can see a little bit of scrape marks from the paint and stuff. I will not add to my collection anything that is broken that will not hold tea. This one has a nice rim along the edge on the inside of gold too. Beautiful. It's a beautiful one. I love this one. It's like the dandelion poof on the inside there. Let's see if we can get you up close on that one. That dandelion poof with the flowers. So pretty, but I love that it's like muted colors. This one's dirty. Oh my gosh, Jann. Another corset, of course. This one with the white on the saucer. And then on the inside, all these lovely flowers. So pretty. Nice thistles. Just a really gorgeous one. Here we have another one. Pretty flowers. A lot of these teacups are from the 1950s, 60s, and the 40s. This one actually does have a bit of a crack in the bottom. So I should just actually put that out of my collection because I can't drink out of it properly. And if you can see at the bottom, I don't know if it'll show up, but it's so gorgeous, right? So pretty. Another one with just all prettiness all over it. Prettiness. Nice little edging there. Next up, we're going into a different shape here, but look at how pretty that is. The nice gold leaves. The inside of the cup is all white. This is a fun handle shape too, that you see this repeating as well on different cups and saucers by Aynsley. I like this one, this shape, so fun. A nice like fluted end. And then all those flowers on the inside, just pretty. And I like how this goes up. Just super pretty. This is probably one that would not be one of my favorites. The reason being is that they made this like a beige or like a yellowy color in behind, and I think that it just really would have popped if they had left it white. And then the gold really would have shown off. But I do like the cup style, so it's probably one that I don't reach for that often. You might not see these ones as often. Still pretty. Still love that it's in my collection. Oh, this is probably my most expensive one. I often get asked about that. Which one is the most expensive? And that would be this one. So this is the Clipper Ship, and it's actually signed. You can see down here, D. Jones. So, but the detail that went into it, so beautiful. Big wide cup. And a big handle. There it is, Clipper Ship. Now, Aynsley like to do different fruits and stuff as well as the flowers in their teacups. This one is showing off a little bit of those fruits. Not the full fruit bowl, there are certain teacups like that. This one is not that. This one I almost passed up actually, for the simple reason that when I was looking at it on the shelf, I couldn't really see that there was lots of turquoise. Sometimes there's like a pale blue that shows up, but when I inspected it closer, it definitely was the turquoise color. I like that it's like something a little bit different. Yeah, I need to pull this one out a little bit more, don't I? So pretty. This would actually be more of like a coffee cup, but I couldn't resist. Sometimes you just, I know, I said, oh, my collection's going to be narrowed down. It's going to be this, it's going to be that. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. But it's so pretty. It's heavier than the other ones as well. Here is another great collectible one. Has all the flowers and everything, but it is actually signed. So the other one was signed by Jones. This one is signed by Bailey. Let's see if I can get that for you. Right down here. There, right in there. But those flowers, right? So beautiful. Just really pretty. Nice cup. I love this edging. And the full gold on the teacup handle. Pretty. I can't remember what these flowers are called. If you can remember, leave me a note down below. I can't quite remember those ones. But I think they're pretty. They really go really well with the cup. There's a little bit of them on the inside as well. This is one of those ones that have like the prettiness. Super pretty. And there is the... So beautiful. This is another one of those ones that I almost missed, but I'm very happy that I got it. It is just so different than the other ones that are in my collection that are like florals and like a little bit of fruit and stuff, but mostly florals. I love the clean lines. Like, I just wish it was a little bit whiter. I think it's just aged maybe, but you can see how fun that is, right? And I love how the handle is turquoise. I think it's my only one like that. It's a gorgeous shape. Love that. Love the gold flowers. This one has a little bit of blue on it as well, but I don't mind it. No, not at all. Nice shape to the saucer as well. Beautiful, Aynsley. I haven't played with this one in a while. So funny how sometimes I'll be like, oh, I don't like that. And then I see it in something else and I'm like, I like it. So remember how the fall one, I was like, oh, I don't really like that one so much because of the fall colors. This one has fall colors as well, but it's not as heavily fall. It's these orange, and you can really feel the blobs of paint. Like, it's pretty thick on there. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. In person, you can see it really well. But yeah, just a beautiful corset. So fun. No, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is not a turquoise. This is an emerald green almost. I don't know if I'd say emerald green, but, and you might be like, wow, Jann, why is this in your collection? Well, it is beautiful. Yes, that is true. But I was gifted this from my childhood best friend who had it in her, I believe it was her grandmother's collection, and she just wanted to send this to me. She felt like it needed to be in my collection, and I didn't have the heart to say, it's actually not my color. Because This is definitely all about the meaning behind it. We have this one with these beautiful, beautiful roses. I love how the saucer and the cup are mimicked and the same. It's so pretty. Just a really lovely set. Gorgeous. Now this might seem a little bit familiar with that rose again. A lovely rose, just beautiful. The plate is, you know, decorative, but it doesn't have that rose on it again, but it's really pretty. Another one with flowers in the inside of the cup with the plate kind of mimicking, but without the flowers on it. So pretty. Nice little band of gold around the edge. Lovely handle. Just really nice. Beautiful set to look down into. Look at that when you look at it down. So beautiful. Now it's white on the outside with that band, but like I said, the inside is just where it really shines. Just so gorgeous. Nice handle. Beautiful. Now, like the coffee cup, this is an espresso cup. I could not say no to this. It is just so cute and adorable. I do have a friend that has been drinking tea out of espresso cups, saying that it is the perfect size, and I couldn't agree more. Like that, how adorable would that be? So, so cute. Just lovely. I just really like it. So you can see the size difference. Let me grab you a teacup. Quite the difference. This one is a little bit paler turquoise than I like, but it was just so interesting. This is actually the city of Red Deer. It says 1901 to 1913, education, industry, progress. I don't know, like it just seems so random that I was kind of like, let's get that. Another one that a lot of people like, and I'm kind of on the fence with it, is this here. And I really like birds. I love birds. I have a bird bath. I love watching the birds. I don't know why, but this one just, I don't know, it doesn't tickle my fancy as much. It might be because it is a little bit of the lighter blue. It's not the exact turquoise that I go for. And I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes you just don't know, right? Here is another lovely flower combination. That lovely handle. Just so pretty. Gorgeous. This one, I believe we have other ones similar to it that we've seen. But I just really like the little wheat along the edges. And I love how simple it is. It's just really pretty. Nice simple band. Just pretty. This one, is this a duplicate? This almost feels like a duplicate, but maybe not. You tell me. So pretty, right? Nice little swirls and stuff in there. Oh, just gorgeous. I absolutely love this one. I think it is so unique, so beautiful. With that white swirl, it's painted on. It's just, I just really like it. I love how it repeats. Just so gorgeous. All right, and then we have this one. And this might look very similar to you. It is one that is sitting on the top of my cabinet because it is a duplicate, and I found out that it is a married set. So this, I would say, would be called a match made in heaven. So this teacup clearly lost its saucer, and the saucer lost its teacup. And somebody decided to make a marriage out of them. And I think that these ones go quite well together. They do look great. Let me see if I can show you what it's supposed to look like. Here it is. So you can see this is the same teacup, but you can see that the saucers are different. And this teacup definitely matches this saucer, right? So beautiful, beautiful match. This, without seeing this together, you would probably be like, oh yeah, they match. And and that they look fine. Which they do, they look great together, right? Who am I to stop a match made in heaven like that? But if you are going to resell it, or gift it to somebody, I would definitely let them know. I mean, you can look at the back stamps and you can see how they don't quite match. They're different, made at different times, but it doesn't mean it's any less beautiful. Sometimes second marriages are the best marriages. I think so. This is one that has a big crack in it that I would not use, I wouldn't sell, but it might be great to be able to use it for something fun, like throw like a candle in it, put, you know, I don't know, some little flowers in it or something like that. Use it as a catch-all, perfect for stuff like that. So yeah, this one just sits on top of the cabinet as well. And there you have it, 50 antique Aynsleys in my collection for you to look at. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know down in the comments down below which one was your favorite. Do you have a collection? Is it all over the place? Was this helpful? I can't wait to chat with you. I just love chatting with you. So thank you so much for being here. And if you stayed till the end, I so appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. So thank you. Thank you. I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.